Greetings to y'all. What's up? Thank y'all for tuning in to the YMDR music reviews, y'all. This is on Facebook, but hey, we're gonna treat this as if we on Instagram too, because this mug gotta go on Instagram too as well. So, greetings to y'all, wonderful people. Thank y'all for tuning in to the music review, y'all. This is I am your host, Controversy. I'm an artist myself, but I created this brand called YMD Records LLC. So yeah, I just be here chilling, making art and just doing my thing thizzle. I'm under a platform. What's up, Paris? Oh shit, she done came up in here. Thank you for tuning in to the live. I appreciate artists when they could tune into the live. Sometimes I be forgetting if they even want to tune into the live, but thank you so much for tuning in. Much love to you. If y'all don't know my platform, man, this is YMD Records LLC. You feel me? We just be here chilling, making art and just doing real shit. I'm an authentic person, so I try to be real authentic with the way that I come at just my whole mode of music reviewing and other different stuff. I try to be professional with all this shit. So yeah, greetings to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Grad Paris is here too as well. She says appreciate the love. For sure, no problem. I appreciate you for letting me even do this and review your music. I was glad to message you too. I had to make sure I was messaging you right. I'm like, fuck, this is what's it called? Damn, fucking hell. But yeah, so, but yeah, y'all, we about to actually tap into reviewing her track right now. Obviously, what's gonna happen too in the midst of this. So we got two tracks for y'all. There's one that is for Paris Ladame. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna review your track Chicken Shit is what we basically reviewing. And obviously your track is a rap song compared to the person that is after you, which is I think her name is I Maya. I Maya is a singer, but she has a different. She's worked in the industry before, in contrast, and so I had to review her track as well because she reached out to me about it and said, "Hey, you know, obviously I was liking her post and shit, and she was just like, well, shit, you can review my song too." She hearted it, so I'm like, well, shit, I guess this is confirmation that I can review her shit because she apparently told me that it was cool. So I was like, well, I guess I'm reviewing her shit too. She's obviously somebody from the industry, so I feel like her song will give some good voice structure and ideas to this different musical industry shit. You feel me? So yeah, you have tuned into the greatest music review of your life because that's actually might just give you some pointers on some shit if needed. I don't know, but it if needed, you never know. So but yeah, we're gonna go over her track, y'all. I got to read this little description thing first though, before we get started, because some bitch Facebook be having some weird indicators where you can't just review the track right away because they be doing that weird shit and stuff. So we're gonna read the warning out loud on this live so we can just get to it after we get done. So this warning says the music being played is not being infringed on the artist music, or being used for profit. Copyrights for Paris Ladame song Chicken Shit goes to Paris Ladame. Uh, Paris Ladame World. Copyrights for Aya May for the song Everything's Fine goes to Aya May. I am playing these people's music out of love and respect for the artists, not to copy or make profit. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. So yeah, gang, we got that out the way. That's usually what I usually have to do every time because every time the video just they'll take down the damn live and I'm just like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like fuck. But yeah, so that's something that I do there. Also too, y'all, this is just a pointer that is separate from us getting into the music review real fast. Is if y'all would love to tap in and donate to the brand of YMDR. This is just an off-putting off sign situation. But yeah, if you would like to donate to YMDR, YMDR is a brand that is used to try to elevate artists and get artists into a form of elevating their minds and hearts into different things. You feel me? Because a lot of artists think that it's just about the confines of the fame and how you get to the fame, and in that contrast, YMDR is like the opposite of that. It transcends beyond the confines of the industry. So we try to make shit or try to create shit that is obviously uh, in the confines of the black community, but it is used to actually create it from a source that can be authentic, real, and you don't have to necessarily be what I guess the industry would say you had to be. So anybody who donates to that and the movement of us pushing it forward, we appreciate y'all tenfold, because we really just trying to make something authentically real for these wonderful people who obviously get, we definitely get told that we are one specific way. And it's not cool to make it seem like black people are one specific way. So I just feel like this platform is very good to give people the idea that we can transcend in different spaces. We don't always have to be just in one space. You feel me? So donating to that would be a blessing in disguise in the midst of that. But we appreciate y'all here. So yeah. And without further ado, we're gonna get into this music review. You feel me? Much love to all y'all wonderful people. So we're gonna go into Paris Ladame's chicken shit. And yeah, let's get it.
Dusty, musty, dirty, bitch. I don't give a chicken shit. Dusty, musty, dirty, bitch. I don't give a chicken shit. Why the chicken back the road? Fuck off my phone. How the fuck y'all gonna tell me how the fuck to get on? You need to worry about your nigga, why the fuck he ain't home? You need to go and help your mans, why the fuck he ain't home? Cause he crossing the road, he took a loss on the bows. I'm a boss to you hoes, Diana Ross to these hoes. You ain't changed shit, still the same bitch in your lane, bitch. What's your name, bitch? You ain't even a man, bitch. I'm trending, bitch. Got them spinning shit. Niggas tending dick. Don't you know what happens when you fucking with the members? I like how we eat this pussy. Had to give his ass a membership. Street going back to back. Damn, I don't even remember shit. I done ruffled up some feathers. Just that chicken talk, no Gucci Mane. Lil' bro gon' get them gone and make them disappear like they blame. I could've busted down for this AP. I'ma keep it plain. I used to be scared of heights, but now I wear red bottoms on a fucking dust, nigga. Must be dirty, bitch. I don't give a chicken shit. Dusty, musty, dirty, bitch. I don't give a chicken shit. Paris and I, bitch. Your nigga alright, bitch. I know the fuck wrong.
Okay. So that was Paris Ladame's chicken shit. So I remember the main reason as to why it even came to the construction of reviewing your music. First off, Paris Ladame, I think the main reason it came up was because I remember being in live, well, not really a live. I remember being in this comment section of another post that was from your previous songs that you had created, and I guess it was one of these, like, I'm trying to remember. I think it was one of those platforms that they have on there called Indie on the Map, and they was obviously advertising your music and whatnot. And so I voiced something there, and I remember somebody had came to me and told me some things because they thought when I said particular things I was saying about your music, they thought I was trying to be hating, and I'm like, well, nah, this wasn't what that was. This was more or less me just trying to give a an idea to what I was hearing in the midst of the situation. So for this particular song, when the lady told me about it, I told her, well, I just do a music review on this person's track, to get more of a detail in the midst of it. So, but yeah, as far as it goes, like when I listen to the song Chicken Shit, um, and this is coming from a real place. If I can be super honest, not trying to be, this ain't coming off trying to be disrespectful, because YMDR, we don't do the disrespect of people's music or creative freedoms and how they make music. We just give a little bit of a critiquing that will expand their mind a little bit. So that's mainly what I try to do if I try to give contrast to people's music and stuff. So for the song Chicken Shit, I will say, um, I understand probably where you even went with it. I know somebody said in particular too as well from an interview that main reason you did it is because it was like you have a sense of humor. So a lot of it came from a little bit of you having a sense of humor, and then on top of that, it being just something that you put out there to kind of like you know kind of get yourself out in sort of a different sort of way. And so um like obviously I definitely can say that I get the approach, obviously, because I've heard a lot of, I guess, songs that are in that bracket of how they make music and how they kind of perceive music. Because I've listened to a lot of kind of songs like that, so it's not like I'm saying this from a place of like I only heard one side of that type of music and I heard with this side. But more or less, I just think like this song um, in general, I just feel like I like the creative approach that you went for it. But I think I think just the way that like some people can hear it or perceive it, it might not necessarily add up sometimes. Like there was one line in there that I remember hearing where you said, trying to remember. I remember hearing it. It was like, you said something about Diana Ross to these hoes. And I was, I don't know. For me, being a realist, I looked up Diana Ross and her music obviously is about love. And so I more or less was thinking if her music is about love and you saying you Diana Ross these hoes, I guess I was a little thrown off by the bar a little bit in that. So I wasn't necessarily, I guess, coming at it like it was a jab, but I was just thrown off by the bar of it. And so doesn't necessarily mean that that's a negative it's a negative song and that I think that it doesn't have potential to become something great. I think that there's just that part was just what got me again, and then when I listened to it beforehand and listened to other parts of it, um it kind of so what one of the things that somebody told me too as well, when we was talking, as far as I said something about it being mumble rap. I don't believe your tracks are mumble rap because let's be realistic, people actually hear your shit and they can voice your shit back to you, right? They definitely can hear it, voice it back to you, and literally that's how you could tell it's not necessarily mumble rap. But I will put this out here and only say it in a analyzing way. It does seem very simplistic as far as it goes the way that I'm hearing it. So like hearing it wise, I hear a lot of simple contrasts that don't rhyme in there, but I hear like a like what they call that, like a simplicity to what you're not rhyming, but I mean I know I hear the rhyming obviously, but I think my brain is just thinking like I hear the simplicity a little bit from it. So, obviously, that's not a bad thing because some people in this day and age they like simplicity. So, there's a lot of people who tap in with that type of simplistic, type of style. Um, and I guess for me too, I guess I'm just a type of artist too as well where I've heard punchlines and I've heard like I'm like hip hop music, and then I've heard music that obviously is from this generation. So I'm not, I guess, coming at it from just like a I haven't heard any form of it before. But I've also heard other genres of music as well. So I guess I'm more or less coming at it that way too as well because I look at all genres of music as a whole, and then I look at your song in that, and I'm like, it can you can almost feel the different balance between the two. That doesn't mean that you don't got potential though either. Like at in all contrast, I feel like you got potential. You definitely are creating something that is awesome with how you creating it. So there is no backlash of it being anything like bad. I just feel like, you know, there's obviously you can tell just a little bit of the difference between how it's kind of being heard and stuff and what you see from it. But chicken shit, I will say, this is what I will say about chicken shit, that if I can analyze from the whole song, you made this song in a way that was creative because you wanted to make it creatively the way that you did. And even though you made it simplistic for a particular fan base that wanted to hear it that way, um, I would just, I guess, say that the good thing in it is that you at least had fun in why you was trying to create it and how you was trying to create it. So that part can at least be recognized in the midst of the situation, is that you was willing to make a song that might not have appealed to everyone, but at the same time was fun to you. So, I mean, ultimately, that has something to stand for. At least most people will tell you it doesn't, but it technically does. You know, when we create some songs that I guess don't always appeal to everybody, a lot of times they're just not looking at the fact that maybe that person made that song that way was because our worlds have um critiqued how we think of shit all the fucking time and made it seem like we just couldn't create something the way that we wanted to create it. And I'm just here to tell you that I'm not somebody, I guess, critiquing your style of how you choose to perceive certain things. I'm more or less just here to give an idea, a perspective, an analyzation of your song, and just say, hey, you have the potential to be something great and make a great impact with what your music is saying and building on. You know, they, and I mean that in the most realist way, because I know there's so many people who will just tell you to make a song a certain way. But yeah, that's just what comes to my mind about it, that I will say. Um I respect your opinion. I don't expect people to like every song. Um don't expect people to like every song. I have all types of music out. Chicken shit was fun. Um I make fun music. People gravitate to that, and it works for me. Again, I appreciate the love. Diana Ross is a queen. My music is my lane. I love the feedback. Okay, for sure, most definitely. Yeah, that feedback. I mean, hey, I tried my best to make the feedback not something where I was being disrespectful. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I was coming at this from a respectful mindset and was going about it from a different concept, just as like feedback. But it wasn't to say that you didn't make a song for, fun reasons. I think that because you did it for fun reasons and there's people out there who gravitate to it, it's a wonderful thing. But I guess we always have room to grow. And I guess that's where I was coming from when I said that, is that you always have room to grow. The lane that you created is obviously one that works for you, but whenever you want to feel like you can go into a growth pattern of music, you're always welcome to do that. People will listen to you in that regard. And I guess I say that too as well because I've heard other different songs that actually gravitate from women that are making kind of similar to that, even if it's rap music or how they're going about it. And sometimes they're even getting political. You know what I mean? Not saying that not saying that that makes it any different, but at the same time, it does say that your capabilities aren't just in one space. They can be transcended and extend in further avenues. So that's mainly why I said it. But yeah, great situation there in that. So yeah, we're gonna do this other girl song, and if you want to stay for that song as well, you can. That song is actually it's a pretty dope song. I can't say that it's the same genre. It might be slightly different from the genre that yours is, but it's still a good song because the artist who made it, I remember she used to be in the industry. This was a literally a song she made from when the industry did her fucking wrong, and she was like, "Hey, I got a response to that." You see what I'm saying? So I think that you know, hearing this song, it would give you just some perspective on some stuff in the midst of it. So yeah, I'm gonna review this song from Everything's Fine. This is from Aya. I think her name is Aya May. Yeah, Aya May. Everything's Fine. So we're gonna tap in with that song. Let's get it.
Quit my day job as a white coat. I'm so done with all that shit. Packed everything that I own. This farmer game just makes me sick. I just wanna buy a house and live in peace and get my bag. But the world's not fully crazy. What's this all part of that plan? It's cool. I found a school. Cruising down the highway like I'm about to hit the news. I don't need a news or anything to do. Probably just get canceled 'cause I'm saying about the truth. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lies that they blew up, now nobody trusts the news. This world has got me feeling so blue. So sip your lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do? It's cool, look at your views. Just sell your soul and watch us give these shots to you. Your thoughts on you, let's be approved. No write a sex on dress that shit in auto-tune. Here's some genocide on a Monday. Barry Epstein filed in the red tape. I ain't gonna reach on a guy as a boy me. Like, ooh, rain on a Sunday. They call me Rebel Taylor Swift 'cause I give a shit, selling fit for clicks. If the world goes up in smoke, is this some kind of joke? Coconuts and palm trees, damn, like that's the shit they want. See, don't even stress, baby, we blessed. Get into the dead, it feels the best. Here's your 100th booster, don't you choose another option. Trust the science, baby, side effects are not our problem. It's cool, I found a groove, cruising down the highway like I'm about to hit the news. I don't need a muse or anything to do. Baby, find your peace, so let this chaos get to you. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lies that they blew up, now nobody trusts the news. This world has got me feeling so blue. So sip your lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do? It's cool, let's get the view. Something about the present, breathe it in, you love it too. Nothing to lose, all left to prove. Sunset on the roof, I play the song I wrote for you. Feels like we're getting wiser, don't you? Since the lies that they blew up, now nobody trusts the news. This world has got me feeling so blue. So sip your lips and shake your tits. What's a girl like me to do? Oh yeah.
All right. So this is Aya May's song. Everything is fine. Aya May's song, the reason I'm more or less tapping in and putting her song in here with obviously Ladame song and it's like a rap song in contrast, is a lot because um IMA used to be in the industry. You know what I'm saying? IMA has obviously been in the music industry in some time and obviously made a song kind of in the midst of that when the industry kind of fell apart and she didn't really want to fucking deal with how the industry had become, you know? And I really feel like this song, I Won't Hold You. I like the message in Aya May's song as well, in the midst of it, because what Aya May's song is basically referring to or giving an idea to is that she she's giving the idea that the industry does not give you the freedom to speak your mind. They basically are making it seem like you just got to make a song about shaking tits and drench it in auto tune, you know. And I really feel like that is a sequential or essential idea to hear that that's basically what the industry can be about for women. You know what I mean? And so I think when I brought in Paris Ladame's track and just thought about how what she was going for, and that was mainly because um yeah, like uh Aya May's song literally is a form of understanding that, like, when the industry only wants you for that kind of shit, it's not always best to go along with the industry's like way of thinking, you know? Sometimes to excel your mind or expand your horizons, you don't always go along with the idea that you just gotta be like a object and shake your tits and, you know, drench a song in auto tune, you know? So like I really like the message in Aya May's song, and how she's just more or less obviously a different genre of music, but obviously is trying to convey a message that is there. And I think that even in the midst of hearing her song and then Paris the Dom song, Paris the Dom made her song for fun, and I know uh uh Aya May made hers to be a little bit more um what they call that. She made hers to be a little bit more like, I'm really trying to fucking remember. She made hers to really, it's not that I can't remember, but she's trying to basically make hers to be more of a serious topic song. And I like the fact that she's going on a serious route, just as much as I like the fact that Paris Ladame made a song that was about fun in the midst of that. So yeah, I could say from hearing her song, I like the message that she put out there within the confines of that, because that helps the women in the music industry understand that, like, yeah, we if the industry is only about trying to sexualize women and basically over sexualize women and not care about their talents and their abilities, that definitely would be a sign that you don't have to technically be what the industry expects you to be. So I guess it's very big ups to her for understanding that narrative and getting out of it in the midst of it, so that she could venture on and understand herself from a deeper personification. And that's ultimately what I wish and hope for people in the midst of them making music is, yeah, people make music for fun. Yeah, people make music to be serious. But don't be afraid to think that making a song for fun and for serious is ever an issue, because there's always moments where we can make songs that are making sense to why we exist in this world. You know what I mean? So that's what I guess that comes to mind in the midst of hearing her song. Uh, and I think also, even though Paris Ladama is not here, I thank her for clarifying what she meant by the Diana Ross line. The Diana Ross line is Diana Ross is a queen. So I thank you for that clarification, and giving me an understanding of that, so that I can understand the idea of where she came from it. Um, but yeah, um, so yeah, cross examination of both songs. I'm not gonna. This isn't like a rating game of cross examination, but this is just to say how each one fits into the conglomerate of where it goes and where they fit to. So the conglomerate that I get from Paris the Dom song is obviously Paris the Dom made the song just for fun reasons. So obviously that's the reason why it was communicated the way that it was. And it's definitely great to have a song where you make something for fun. So obviously that song does fit a conglomerate of people. Just like she said. She told me in the chat that it fits a conglomerate of people, and that's the lane that she stays in, you know, because of the fact that it fits that conglomerate. And I like the contrast on how IMA is obviously from and entirely is in the midst of that industry, and understands how sometimes if that industry is trying to pigeonhole you to that only concept, then you can always break free from that pigeonhole and make something that is the opposite of what they expect you to make. So I like both concepts that I will say, and they both have the potential to work for certain people. So that's one thing I put out there, and just say about the whole thing in the midst of it is that they both are very useful songs, and they both can be used just for very useful reasons. As far as it goes, having fun and learning how to be serious and kind of break free from what the industry might be trying to pigeonhole you from, or just look at you as an object in the midst of that. So I think I like both of those messages. So yeah, that's what I would say about the situation as far as it goes. These messages are concerned. So yeah, y'all people, I thank y'all for letting me review the music reviews and tap in with y'all songs. Again, y'all are coming at this music review stuff from a real place. I definitely don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or make it seem disrespectful. I just like to try to critique songs and hear them how I hear them, and you know, my opinion isn't necessarily to be negative. It's just to give a perspective about stuff. And hopefully that perspective can help the person in the midst of the situation. So I thank y'all for tuning in to the live. And if y'all want to tap in with me, y'all can always tap in with me on my Instagram, which is YMDR, Yo Music Dedicated on Instagram. My Facebook, YMDR, Yo Music Dedicated Records. My TikTok, YMDR KON _317. Those are my two spaces or my socials that you can connect with me with. I thank y'all for tuning in to my music review. And I will be hollering at y'all another time, man. This has been another YMDR music review. And I'll be seeing y'all next time. Y'all stay impacted, never controlled.